Hey y'all, are you ready to fix your slice forever? Are you so sick of seeing that golf ball curve to the right, losing a lot of distance, always ending up in the right trees? Well, today is your lucky day because I have 2 drills that are gonna help you eliminate your slice forever. Just 2, okay? So just make sure you stick with me for this video and you'll be super excited and you might even get to see that ball curve a little bit left. Won't that be fun? My name is Maggie Simons, but my friends call me Mags for short because I help them master a great swing. So today is all about helping you eliminate your slice. So again, for a right-handed golfer, that's a golf ball that curves to the right. Now, the first thing we have to understand is why that happens. And that's super crucial because golf is such a game of opposites that what we try to do to fix it is typically the wrong thing. So the physics of ball flight really have to do with 2 main things. There's several others, but 2 main things that dictate the direction and the curve of your golf ball. So the first thing is your club face position. So at impact, wherever your club face is pointed, is responsible for about 90% of the starting direction of the golf ball. So if my club face is pointed to the right, my golf ball will start to the right. If it's pointed to the left, my golf ball will start to the left. Now, it doesn't guarantee it's going to end up there, but it'll initially bounce off in that direction. The second thing that influences our ball flight is the club path. So in relationship to the target line, the sweet spot is moving either to the left or to the right of that target line in the club face. And the relationship between the club path and the club face are going to dictate the curve of your golf ball. So if we are slicing the ball to the right for a right-handed golfer, simply put, that means that the path of the club through impact is swinging to the left of the club face. So the opposite is going to be, we need to get that path swinging to the right of the club face. Seems pretty simple, but if we're so used to missing the golf ball to the right, the last thing our brain wants to do is to swing in that direction. Even if we know it book smart wise, that's what we need to do. When we get on a hole and there's trouble to the right, our fight or flight instinct mode kicks in and your brain is like, heck no, I'm not swinging to the right. And so we end up swinging more to the left and we still get that nice big sliceroo. So understanding that we have to fix that club path, we have to get that club path swinging out to the right. Now, the reason that most people don't swing out to the right, and I find this with most every golfer that comes to me that slices a golf ball, everything that happens at impact is typically a compensation for an error that happens earlier in the swing. So most of the time, if you're somebody that slices the golf ball, that club face in your backswing is getting open. So open means that if we came down with no other compensations, that club face would be pointed to the right for a right-handed golfer. So if our club face is open, we're going to figure out a way to make that ball not go to the right, so we think. And so we end up trying to square the face up by swinging out. Some people call it over the top. We swing out towards the golf ball and then swing across. So we need to fix the reason that we're swinging to the left, which is most likely because that club face in your backswing is getting open. So the first thing we want to do is just double check your grip. Okay, so for a right-handed golfer, and I would say we can even over-exaggerate it a little bit until we can get our slice under control. For a right-handed golfer, we want to make sure that with that left hand that we can see at least 2 to 2.5 knuckles on that glove hand as we look down at it. If you can look down and you can only see 1 knuckle, then that grip is on the weaker side and is going to promote more of an open club face. So we want to make sure that we can see good 2 knuckles, 2.5 knuckles on that left hand, just to ensure that we're giving ourselves the best chance to keep that club face in a more closed position. And then in the backswing, we want to make sure that in the takeaway, that we feel like when the shaft is parallel to the ground, that this club face is going to have an inclination to point a little bit towards the ground. So a square club face is technically when this leading edge or this bottom groove is matching our spine angle. But anytime we're making changes, we need to feel it a little bit more exaggerated. So the feel is going to be a little bit more of a closed club face where that club face really feels like it's pointed towards the ground. An open club face would look more like this with the club face pointed more towards the sky. So we want to exaggerate the opposite, feel like we're kind of hooding that club face shut, having those grooves point towards the ground when the shaft is parallel to the ground in your backswing. So now from here, that should allow our brain and our instinct to feel comfortable that we can swing out to the right and not worry about having that club face be too open. So first thing to do is to work on your club face. And so I would hit some shots where we're just going waist high to waist high, and we're working on that club face position. So if our club face is square, we're gonna see that ball launch pretty straight. If the face is open, we're gonna see it launch a little to the right. So all I'm focused on here is working on my club face position. So I'm gonna double check my grip, make sure I can see 2 to 2.5 knuckles. And we'll take a couple little rehearsal swings here, checking my club face in the backswing, making sure that club face is pointed towards the ground. And then I'm just gonna swing halfway through. So ball started really straight, stayed really straight, made nice, good contact. So I would do this 4 or 5 times. You know, we're not taking a full swing. We're just focusing on the club face because, again, the reason why the club path in the downswing gets a little off is typically because the club face is in a poor position. So we want to make sure that we're fixing the root cause of why we're coming over the top and swinging our path to the left. So we're going to double check that club face, really exaggerate it, feel it pointed towards the ground. Nice straight launch. And again, if that ball's starting straight, then we know that that club face at impact is pointed pretty straight because it's responsible for the starting direction. So after we feel pretty good about the club face position, now we have to work on our path. Okay, now this is the hard part mentally because, like I said, we're so used to, you know, to fix that slice, probably aiming left and really trying to pull that path left in order to try and prevent the ball going to the right. Okay, so for the second drill to work on our club path, all you need is an alignment stick. And you can get these at your local Home Depot, Lowe's, or your golf course might supply them. But you just need an alignment stick, and we're gonna tee the ball up. So we're gonna place this alignment stick in the ground at about a 45-ish degree angle on your target line. So we wanna make sure it's going down our target line, roughly 45 degrees, and we're gonna tee the ball up right underneath the stick. You wanna make sure it's right underneath it, not too much on this side of the stick, because that's a little too forgiving. So I always like to stand behind it, just double check the golf balls right underneath the stick. And I have the stick, again, it's probably about 45 degrees, probably like 2 grip lengths above the ground as far as the height. And my one goal is to not hit the stick. Okay, so I wanna protect myself, not hit the stick. So, you know, from a downswing perspective, if I have my hands in the club come out and steep, I'm gonna crash into that stick. And that's when my path will be swinging across to the left, which causes that slice to the right. So in order for me to miss the stick, I have to have my club and the path come down a lot shallower, swinging a little bit more inside out and underneath that stick in order to miss it. So same feeling with the club face, feeling the club face pointed towards the ground. And now I'm gonna swing underneath the stick. And that's gonna help fix my path. Let's do it one more time. Check the club face. Really feel that exaggerated, keeping the club back. So you can see in the downswing, halfway down, kind of when my left arm is just below parallel, you can see how the club head is still behind my hands. That's gonna ensure that that path is gonna be thrown a little bit more out to the right. If you're coming over the top and we pause in this position, that club head gets tossed out in front, and that's when you would crash into the stick and get your nice slice. So here, drop that club head way back, swing out to the right underneath the stick. So that ball had a nice little draw to it, curving to the left. So we're gonna fix your club face, we're gonna fix your path swinging underneath that stick, and you're gonna eliminate your slice, and you're gonna enjoy golf a lot more. If this tip helped you, let me know in the comments, and also share with a friend, because I bet you have plenty of friends that slice the ball even worse than you do, okay? And subscribe below, because I'm gonna be posting new videos every week, and I don't want you to miss out on some great golf tips. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.